Tipping in Canada is just no longer tip of the iceberg. It is the iceberg, and it's growing fast.
Working on a hunch that post-pandemic tip creep was leaving Canadians feeling tapped out and annoyed.
With the gratuities slowly rising, now there's pushback. And while most don't mind tipping for good service, it's a suggestion they should tip. It's not sitting well.
A new survey finds Canadians are uneasy with the increasing requests for tips.
People are happy to tip in restaurants and salons, but much less happy to be asked for a tip in all sorts of other places.
Forget about good service. Even self-checkout machines are asking for 20% gratitude donation. Who's this tip going to? A barcode scanner? You'll find these tip screens at the places where they never existed before. Fast food joints, bridal shops, grab-and-go food counters, coffee chains, pizza places, and even at online checkouts. It feels like some business want you to tip just for breathing on their premises. I used to think I was flying in economy class. Now I realize I live in economy class, where every little comfort, whether it's extra legroom or just a napkin, comes with a premium. That premium includes a tip, even when service isn't really a service. At this point, tipping culture in Canada has just gotten so out of hand. Take this real life scenario. Walk into a bar on a Friday night and just order a bottle of water. That will be between $5 to $8. That's 20 to 30 times more than a regular price. Actual cost of that water bottle stands somewhere between 25 cents to 75 cents. And then bartender flips the screen and expects the tip. A tip for handing you overpriced water in a crowded, noisy bar. That's not a tipping. That's paying a convenience fees for existing in public. Tipping culture is not new in Canada. Its roots trace back to Europe and the US. But the biggest shift happened in COVID-19 pandemic.
Restaurants and the people who run them and work in them were among the hardest hit.
The restaurant industry has really had a hard time, as we know, this year, and they're pleading with Congress for targeted aid to help them stay in business.
When the restaurants were struggling to survive, people stepped up because nobody wanted to see their favorite go-to spot to go under. But the industry got addicted to those tips. What started as a temporary lifeline has become a permanent expectation. And now tipping is everywhere. Here's the real reason tipping culture is exploding. Businesses don't want to raise their wages. Instead of paying fairly, they're offloading payroll to customers. You must have heard the classic argument. If we raise wages, we'll have to raise the menu prices. But that's a lie. Let me remind you, the $5 water bottle, it costs 25 cents. The profit on that is already massive. Owners just want to maximize their profits. It is like, need a benefit? Ask a customer. Need a raise? Flip the screen. Want to keep the profits high? Let guilt do the rest. This is where it gets sneaky. Modern tech, like point-of-sale tablets, are designed to manipulate you. You get an option like 15%, 20%, and 25%. And nobody wants to be that person who hits no tip with the employee watching. That's not generosity, that's social pressure. Sometimes even employee cannot turn off the prompt, even if they don't expect the tip. Tipping has gone from being a personal gesture to being automated, commercialized, guilt-driven trap. And here's the twist. Not all workers are happy with this. Some feel awkward when screen asks for a tip on a pre-baked frozen pastry. It's a broken system for workers too. Some people would rather have a steady pay and benefits rather than relying on the tips. This isn't just bad for customers. And let's clear this up. There's a lot of confusion on this. In the United States, tipped workers can earn little as $2.13. That's because tips are expected to cover the rest of their pay. But in Canada, that's no longer a case. As of 2025, even Ontario, which used to have a lower wage for liquor servers, entered that system in 2022. So the argument that tips are covering low wages doesn't hold anymore. Wages are already there. Tipping today is extra, but it's being treated like it is still mandatory. And Canadians are not buying it anymore. According to 2023 Angus Reid survey, 83% people agree too many places are asking for tips these days, and 78% agree tipping is no longer about showing appreciation for a job well done, and 73% agree tips just allow employers to underpay their employees. This isn't just a personal complaint, it's a national frustration. The idea of tipping is not bad. We should be able to reward exceptional service, but tipping should not be used to help owners boost their profits or dodge their responsibilities. And one thing I learned working with toddlers, if you want them to stop a bad behavior, so stop rewarding it. Same goes for tipping. If service doesn't deserve a tip, don't feel guilty to pressing skip. Because if we keep going like this, in a couple years we will be tipping cashiers just for scanning our groceries. Tipping should be a choice, not a default. Let's bring it back what it meant to be. A genuine thank you, not a hidden tax. If you ever had a crazy tip experience, like being asked for a tip at a self-checkout machine, drop it in the comments. I do love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Till that time, stay safe, stay smart. And don't be afraid to hit that skip tip button when it makes no sense. Thank you very much. I'll see you next one.